Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, YouTube? This your man AC Star. Just real quick, I was just on Bernard Riley's show, right? Shout outs to Bernard Riley. That's my man. Um, the thing is, right, when I go on those panels, what I would call the opposition, or go on panels with people where we don't really agree, right? It's like they talk a bunch of nonsense, right? And they this convoluted shit and all this shit, complex shit, and the shit don't even make sense, y'all. This shit just be, they're just trying to find all these statistics and data to confirm their implicit bias of just being women haters, right? And then you got to do Amber Anderson. No, I don't like you. I think you're a homosexual. I think you and Game Changer are homosexuals, right? Now we have this homosexual man, two homosexual men, right, that come up here, right, and they speak all this shit about the gynocracy and all this bullshit, right? For what? Y'all gay. What the fuck do y'all care what women think or how? Like, listen, Black America, dear Black America, our problem is not black women. The problems in the community that we see are not black women's problems. They are our collective problems. They belong to us, both the man and the woman, right? They're not just some shit. The women don't cause all the problems in the community. Yes, there are some women who do fucked up shit, just like there's some men who do fucked up shit, but the women are not the problem in the fucking community. That's the problem. That we have people who come on YouTube and blame other black people for black people's problems. And like, if you're not in a relationship with a black woman, how the fuck can you say, well, they have all the power, they have all this, black men do all this bullshit? Like, this shit is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. And then they justify the shit and be like, oh, it's this, that, or the problems in our community, right, does not stem from black women solely. That's why we don't protect them. That's why we don't love them. That's why, because we're listening to motherfuckers who tell us that the problem is them and, oh, it's black women. All our problems in the community is black women. Yo, like, listen, right? When a black dude is robbing another black dude, or he shoots another black dude over drugs or over some street shit, or over disrespect, where was the woman at? And I'm not saying that there's instances where black men that done came to the rescue of a black woman and shit done went bad. That shit happens with all races and ethnicities. But the thing to me is, like, why are you guys so ready to blame everything in our community on black women? Everything. Every fucking thing. Oh, it's raining today. Oh, that black gynocracy fault. Oh, Trump lost. Oh, that's the gynocracy fault. Like, I don't get it, man. I don't get how you guys, who 9 times out of 10 don't even live in the cities for the most part, right? Most of you guys don't even interact in the inner cities like that. And be quick to be like, it's the black woman's fault. And then talk about all these statistics and studies, and don't take into account this, that we were once cattle, slaves, right? I mean, it's like they want to be proud of their own individual successes, and don't want to add that to the race, and then say, well, my individual successes don't belong to the collective, so the collective is fucked up. And then they just come on and just to say shit like, because we don't agree with them that women are the problem. How can a group of people ever survive or ever evolve if the motherfuckers are blaming the women for their problems? How? How can I grow as a man if I'm blaming my woman? If I pick the wrong woman, that's my fault. That ain't her fault. That's my fault I picked the wrong woman. Like, this shit is crazy to me, man. Like, I tried, man, but it's hard because they make you so frustrated because it's bunk. Everything they're saying is bunk. It's fucking bunk. It's bunk. It's not real. It's just, I'm gay. I don't know how to go about it, so I'm just going to join a bunch of black women hating motherfuckers and say that I hate women too. It makes no sense to me. It's really troubling that we seek to solve our problems, but we're listening to the wrong people and the wrong information to solve the problem. And then they're like, oh, you're a feminist. Like, what? Because I can separate my life and understand that ain't no woman controlling our community. Like, they was like, the black women don't listen to black men. Black churches where preachers are filled every Sunday with predominantly women, and they're following the preacher. They're following that black leader. Like, these guys just make shit up, man. I guess it's a way to get money. I guess it's the hustle. But for me, it's like, damn, how do they get away with that fugazi shit? Right? How do they get away with that shit? Like, how do they get away with just blaming everything on black women? Like, these are men. Think about that shit. These are men with balls. And blame everything on my mom. Wasn't perfect, but I ain't gonna blame my life on my mom. The choices I made to mess my life up, I gotta be responsible for those choices. Ain't no woman do that. Now, I went through shit with child support, shit like that and third, but if I was taking care of that shit and paying that shit, I wouldn't have had those problems. It was my fault I picked that terrible ass woman that would one day take me to child support court. It wasn't her fault. She knew she was terrible. She knew she was a terrible person. It was my fault to get in a relationship with her and have unprotected sex with her. That was my responsibility. Like, men, we have to take responsibility for our own actions and not say that the black problems and the things we see in the inner city is based on black women and single mothers raising kids. Like, why don't you niggas try to be single mothers and fathers and raise a kid and see how well that works for you? There's some great successes out here with single mothers who do a good job of raising their kids. But these guys are just like, they're immature and they're lost, and and then they come up with this know-it-all mentality and don't really know shit, and then they're parroting somebody else's thoughts and ideas. They're not even speaking holistically from what they're thinking. They're looking at what other people say. He kept saying, I'm gonna bring BGS up, I'm gonna bring BGS up, I'm gonna bring BGS up, right? To prove what? What are you gonna prove? Like, I don't get it. You guys don't live everywhere. You guys don't, oh man, it's just crazy, man. It's just crazy. It's crazy how these guys just want to blame, and then they don't even contribute to the community. It's not like they're giving back. They started organizations. Their whole thing is, how do we get the power? And if you listen to what they say, they always use other races and other groups as an example, not taking into account none of those other groups of races were ever slaves on these shores. So when they came here with their culture intact. They came here with their families intact, a whole bunch of shit. So it's easier for them to traditionally grow and evolve as a culture because they came with their culture intact. We had to put our culture together. We had to piece it together with all the trauma, ups and downs, everything that we went through as a people. And like, these dudes just automatically be like, yo, it's the black woman fault, it's the gynocracy, just saying a bunch of generalized blasphemous shit. And then if it ain't them, it's the ones who are talking louder and marching. Well, wait a minute, they out there marching. They out there saying shit. And then we get the other people who tell us, oh, black people don't know nothing about civics, politicians. Well, check this out, everybody. It was black people that just put Joe Biden in office. It was black people. I know a lot of y'all might not like that because y'all wanted Trump to win, but at the end of the day, those people that you say are ignorant, don't know no better, they helped get Trump the fuck out of office. So they might have knew a little something. Like, this is, to me, we gotta challenge the spaces where they think blaming all the black issues is on the people that they see. Yesterday they wanted to kill, George Floyd deserved to die because he was a crackhead, right? That was yesterday's show. Now today's show is, well, black women got all the power. We can't police our communities, right? Because, like the guy came in there talking about, well, if you don't know the law, like, they just think They just think that they can get away with saying all this ignorant shit about black people and talk about how black people don't know this, black people don't know. And then when you come up there and you show them, like, what y'all talking about? Then they want to be, you all over, and make up a bunch of bullshit and have fake ass gotcha moments and that fake ass pseudo nonsense they be talking. That don't even be making sense. And the one thing that they always leave out is that racism is the catalyst for all this shit because they don't want to talk about that. Because racism doesn't have anything to do with why our community is fucked up. It's fucked up because a bunch of fucked up people made a bunch of fucked up decisions. All the people in the hood ain't fucked up as people. All the people that live in the ghettos ain't fucked up as human beings. The majority of the people that live in the inner city are quality people. The majority. Everybody that's down here didn't make a fucked up decision. Maybe they just don't have the careers, the education, certain things that just, maybe they just like living here. Maybe they taking advantage of the economics of the environment. But everybody that live in the hood ain't fucked up as a person. And all the shit we see that go on in the hood ain't because of single black mothers. I know plenty of people who bust their gun and got mom and dad at home. Like, we take these statistics and these numbers that others from outside our group feed us, and then we say it's the law. But they want our image to be like this, right? And then these guys don't undo the image. They just further put the image on black women, black men in the community, call them park and all this type of shit, come up with their statistics, say all type of foul shit. And then don't even be a part of the community per se. Just giving their critique on the outside, which they can do. You're free to give a critique or whatever, right? But accept the pushback. Don't mute people, don't block them, accept the pushback. I said some shit I shouldn't have said, but I feel as though I had to say it because I just don't understand how we don't hear that shit. And this motherfucker talking about black women. Like, that's the thing. See, black people, we got to police ourselves within our own community. So when the coons and the black conservatives start talking that shit they talk, we got to push back. We got to be an army. In this space, we got to become an army. We got to get away from all that who fucking who, all that shit. We got to push back on the people that's helping them further demonize us, further fuck up our image by coming on every day saying this blasphemous generalization shit just because they're in a room full of people in the echo chamber who feel the same way. They lack passion, right? If you come with passion about your topic, you wrong. But if they're passionate about the gonocracy, they're correct, right? Their passion is legit and valid. Yours is just, oh, you're too passionate, right? Because they don't want that steam. They don't want you to be passionate about what you want. They want you to think what you're thinking is wrong so that their idea can become the prevailing idea for the day. But I'm going to show up. I'm going to keep showing up and I'm going to keep pushing back. Because they're helping further the fucked up narrative that the world already has of black people. So, yo, man, this is your man, AC, man. I just had to get that little quick rant because I don't like that shit. That shit is bullshit to me. Like, that shit is fuck shit to me. And we got to check the fuck shit. Because I don't like black women. I got issues with them. They got issues with me, but I'm not about to. I'm a man. Why would I waste all my time whining about what the woman not doing? Instead of just finding one that do what I'm into and rock like how I rock. That's what I'm learning as I get older. You just find what you're looking for. That's it. You just go look what you're looking for. You don't got to waste all your energy talking about what you're not looking for. So, yo, y'all have a good day, man. Peace.